Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick, and today guys we're going to be jumping down into the world of Bitcoin, taking a look at the most recent price action and what has been going on with BTC. As I get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, smash that like button, really do appreciate that. If you're new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and you will not miss another video update. If you haven't yet joined us in Discord, check it out, linked in the description down below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free, and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there. So why not go ahead and check it out. Let's jump right down into this one, and boy oh boy was I wrong yesterday. So I do want to apologize for that. We can see that we had a move in the opposite direction as versus what I had actually plotted out. So yeah, the structure had changed. It's very interesting. So we did have this impulsive structure going down, but we failed to hit the fifth wave movement. We were expecting this to kind of go down towards 26,500 to 26,800, and obviously we saw a move to the upside. So let's go ahead and see what went wrong and get this kind of mapped back up to the correct structure. So we can get rid of our white thrive wave count and take a look at our yellow count. This one is obviously invalidated. So we know that we're just in a 3-wave count down to this point. We also know that this is a bigger kind of structure here as well. So let's go ahead and just draw this in now. Okay, so we know that we had 3 waves just coming down into here. Okay, we can see that. We also had 3 waves coming up into here, just like this, okay? And we can also see that we have to have this little move coming down here as well at the moment. Okay, and at the moment, this looks like we probably have to do something like that. Okay, so let's go and reflect on this for a second here. What can we see? Well, we can see a potential 5-wave structure in here. It would be a very, very minor one, though. So I don't really think that's overly important. It would just make this a 335 overall. And yeah, we'll just park that one at that point. Now, the interesting thing with this is we still have a slightly bearish situation. Let me actually get rid of those as well. I'll get rid of that one too. So you can see that we're just ranging in here between this low and this high. You can see that we're just going in a sideways motion. This is basically 26,578 and 28,868. Okay, so we're kind of stuck within that little range from that peak and that low down there. Now, it's possible that we go in either direction at this point, and that's the difficult thing here to try to guess, right? We've got to try to kind of work out what is the most probable direction, because we've got 2 different ways of looking at it. We can be super bullish and think, look, we're going to the moon, say the moon, but we're going up like this, so we have this kind of corrective structure taking us up higher. Likewise, the bears could also look at it and say, look, we've had a big drop here. This is our bounce, and then we've got to come back down into these lows, right? So in fact, all this really is doing is coiling us up into a position. Now, we can, of course, draw our trend lines if you really, really must. And we say, look, we're finding ourselves kind of wedging up into a triangle, and go ahead and draw that from the high and from the low. I'll draw it in like this. So you can see things coiling up a little bit here. Okay, and people will look at this and either bullish or bearish. It really depends on what kind of lens you want to look through it. So it's a difficult market. It's a dangerous market to be trading. As well. So we want to be a little bit cautious with that. Ideally, what we want to do is you want to wait for confirmation of a move. Now, on this hourly chart, we're in an oversold area. On the 4-hourly, we're in an overbought area. So this makes it quite difficult. The other thing I would say is that if this is of an interesting kind of area to think of, it could be a B wave. And a B wave would be very, very interesting. We would also be able to kind of reflect on it looking like this. So we'd have 3-wave movement to the upside here. Okay, now if I go ahead and grab this, we'd look at it as an A wave, B wave, C wave, D wave, an E wave, which is unpredictable, and then potentially that bearish situation coming down here. Okay, so if we think of the triangles, well, we have to understand where they are. So a triangle structure, let me actually go and change this color to white. A triangle structure has to comprise of 3 waves in each wave. Okay, so that sounds really backwards. Let me just explain myself. So there is an A wave, and that should contain 3 waves internally. You can see that right in here, A, B, and C. Then there's a B wave that will also have to contain 3 waves, and you can see that that was the one that we kind of got wrong yesterday. We can now see it as a 3-wave count. So we have that then a B wave. Our C wave also has to be a 3-wave count, so we'll put a 3-wave in there. Okay, we can see it here. We can see that we haven't yet completed our D wave, but it should be a 3-wave count. And then our E wave should also be a 3-wave count. It will basically make a 3-3-3-3-3 structure, and that's kind of what's going out here. Now, the other thing we have to consider is that B waves can only appear in 2 different locations in Elliott wave theory, right? There's only 2 places you could ever find these things. One is going to be a B wave. That's a really bad B. Let me see if I can make that a little bit better. B, okay, and the other one is in a wave 4. Okay, those are the two locations that you can find these triangles. Now, we know that this is not a wave 4, okay, therefore this has to be a B wave. And if it is a B wave, then what was the wave that kind of led into this? And therefore it kind of concludes that we have to be in this bearish situation, this A, B, and C structure. But the C wave should only really come down a little bit lower than the existing low down here at 26,578. So let's go ahead and actually kind of plot out where this thing should go if we follow through with it, right? And if I move this over to this little area just here, and I throw in a little yellow box, it would be right down here, 25,985 to 26,491.50. Okay, so that's essentially where we're looking. Now, knowing this helps us understand that there's a potential move to the downside, but the E wave can be unpredictable. It can break out of this triangle on a fake out, kind of a bull trap to a degree, because people will think that they're breaking out of this triangle to the upside, but actually it's an E wave. So you'll find that the E wave is unpredictable because the E wave can be any Elliott wave theory structure. It could even be another well, it can't really be a triangle, but it could be a diagonal, for example. It could be quite a few different things. So we want to be a little bit careful because the E wave can catch us out. However, when we know that we're going to be a move to the upside, what we want to do is we want to be getting ourselves into a short position as high as we can and as close as we can to 28,868. And so if I were to think of just testing this trend line at the top end here, I would go ahead and go and maybe enter a short position. I'm going to put my stop loss above this swing high, and I'm going to put my take profit right in the top of this yellow box here. We can see the risk reward ratio would be 2.4, and I would be pretty happy with that. But the higher that we can get this thing, the better the risk reward ratio. You really want to get this into a sniping position where, you know, ultimately this little swing high up here, for example, they would see that there'd be a 17.13 risk reward ratio. It will be a fantastic place to risk very little dollars for maximum amount of gain, right? So realistically, we're going to have to kind of catch the internal wave count of the E wave to be able to predict exactly where we want to kind of get into this one. It's not going to be easy, but catching it is going to be very, very lucrative because there's going to be a massive reward at the end of that one. So one of those things that we're going to have to keep an eye on. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Let's go ahead and jump down into this D wave, right? This D wave down here is not finished yet. So let's go ahead and plot out our expectations on that. As I said, we're overbought on that 4 hour, and we are literally looking for a move to the downside. So we can see that this is likely to kind of come on down. We may move up first. It's going to be one of those. Let's see. I think we're more than likely going to have to come down right here, and you can see how this would actually collide just a little bit here with our trend line as well. So we'll be talking about 27,587 to 27,456. From here, we'll then be looking for the E wave to kind of complete somewhere up here. Can be shorter, can be longer, all that kind of stuff, but essentially we'll keep it nice and neat for the example, and it'll be right in there. Okay, so ultimately that's kind of where I think Bitcoin is in right now. It's coiling up into this, and unfortunately, because the way that this is positioned, and if I go ahead and actually grab hold of these examples again, we have A, B, C, D, and E, right? Because the A wave was one going up, the E wave is on the higher side of things. It unfortunately means there's going to be a break to the downside, look like this. Okay, however, if we had our A wave going down, B, C, D, E, then our E wave was at the bottom, we would have a break to the upside. Okay, so knowing that our E wave is up here allows us to understand that it's a breakdown that's going to occur, not a break up that's going to occur. And all this is because we have this high at the top here, we came down, then we have this move. This doesn't look like it is our A wave, because our A wave of our triangle, because again, there was nothing that preceded it. So if I can get my words out, an Elliott wave triangle can only appear, as I said, in a wave B position or a wave 4 position. This has to be a B position because there's no wave 4 situation occurring here. I mean, it's possible that it is, but if it is, then we'd have to look at this as a 3-wave drop, and it doesn't look like that to me. So it was more than likely a B wave situation, and I think we've got to come down and test these lows, and then we'll look at that move to the upside afterwards. Okay, so that's kind of where I think that sits from an Elliott wave theory point of view. Let's jump on over into smart money concepts. Anything here of concern? We're testing equilibrium. and getting rejected at the moment, kind of bouncing around and consolidating right in there. But otherwise, nothing major going on at this point. We have a weak high, strong low. So again, we are looking for a break upwards here on smart money concepts, but I'm not convinced the wave counts are aligning to that at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see the recent developments over the next day for smart money concepts. Are we going to see some shifts here, get a clear rejection from our 50 EMA and equilibrium possibly? And that might actually set us up a different structure. It'll be interesting to kind of see. At the moment, we have found support on this 1 hourly 200 EMA. That's the yellow line just here. You can see that's acting as support at the moment. So it'll be interesting to kind of see whether or not we're going to lose that level of support as we kind of think about that move down here a little bit lower. Okay, so it's going to be interesting to kind of see how that plays out. Ultimately, though, as I said, I am going to be looking to try to trade that E wave where possible, and I'm wanting to get that stop loss as tight as possible as well. So if I am going to be trading, I'm going to be looking at these internal order blocks up here on our smart money concepts, and aligned with our Elliott wave theory, we can see obvious rejections in these zones. If you haven't yet signed up to BitGet, check it out, linked in the description down below. It's a fantastic platform that offers both spot and leverage-based trading. They are offering some fantastic offers at the moment, such as the cashback, where you deposit 50 USDT, get $10 USDT cashback, and they do deposit and reward bonuses all the way up to $8,000, depending on how much you deposit and how much you trade on the platform. They also do lucky draws and a whole host of additional benefits. So if that sounds of interest to you, check it out, linked in the description down below. BitGet is the only place at the moment that I am doing my trading. That is both spot and leverage-based trading. So do check it out. It's a fantastic platform, and it is the one that's solely the only one I use at the moment. We are also doing some competitions down in our Discord server through BitGet. This is something that we are doing. We are funding them, but we're using the BitGet platform to basically aggregate everybody's trading data together, because this competition is based on the ROI percentage for the week. So this is a weekly competition that we do, and every single week, basically BitGet will gather up all your trading data and present us with the P&L results for the week. The person who has the best percentage gains, or the ROI, the returns on investment gains in the week, will basically win $100 USDT, and we'll send it directly out to the winner. Now, obviously, with this, it's going to be something that's one we want to scale. We want it to start at 100, then we want to scale it to 1,000, then 10,000 a week, and so forth. So there's a lot of progression here to be had, but if you are a trader and you actively trade, why not participate by using our link in the description down below, signing up to BitGet, and taking advantage of the fantastic platform that it is, but also joining us down in the Discord server and taking part in our weekly competitions. They happen every single week, and so why not miss a trick and jump down into the Discord? So ultimately, yeah, this is where I kind of see Bitcoin at the moment. I'm going to leave this video right there. I think we can see the potential moves to the downside here, a lot more complex than the simple structures that we were talking about yesterday, but something that I think is unfortunately unfolding for us in front of us, and I think something that's going to be fantastic when it does actually play out. So I'm going to leave the video there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you haven't yet joined us down in Discord, check it out as well. Until the next one though, guys, have a fantastic day.
We are not financial advisors. None of what we have communicated verbally or in writing here should be considered as financial advice. It is not. Do your own research before investing in any digital asset or affiliate offers, and understand that investing in any crypto is risky. If you do, you need to be prepared to lose your entire investment. This video is for information and entertainment purposes only. All our videos are strictly personal opinions. Please make sure you do your own research and never take our opinions for financial guidance. There are multiple strategies, and not all strategies fit all people. Our videos are not financial advice.